What's going on, guys? Do you guys currently feel like you're stuck or feel like you can't lose any more weight or can't make any more progress in your fat loss journey? Well, in this video, I have 5 proven methods that I use to get past a plateau. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan. I went from 250 to 177. I lost over 70 pounds. And around the 190 mark, again, I went from 250 to 177. But when I hit the 190 mark, I kind of hit a wall and it felt like I couldn't lose any more weight no matter how hard I tried. Well, again, in this video, I'm going to give you guys 5 methods that kind of help. And the first one, it kind of a perfect segue into my first method is that you have to make adjustments sometimes. I'm gonna hop right into it because I don't like to waste time. You have to make adjustments to your daily calories when you are on a fat loss journey. So I like to use the analogy like this, right? If it's a bigger car, it's going to require more gas. If it's a smaller car, it's going to require less gas. So what that means is that when I went from 250 and I started to lose weight, and I got down to that 190 mark, I was keeping my daily calories the same. Now, again, that's going to be okay if activity levels are going to be high, but let's just say for this example, it's just food, right? It's just daily calories. What you have to do as you progress through your fat loss journey and you start to lose more and more weight, you need to make adjustments to your daily calorie intake to get past the plateau. So, example, if you go from 250 and now you're 200 pounds, your daily calories are going to fluctuate, maybe a small amount, but they're still going to fluctuate. You want to decrease your daily calories and make those adjustments. That could be the thing that's setting you up, that's keeping you at that wall right there. So you have to make adjustments. So quick story for me, when I was 250 and I got down to 190, I got down to the 190 mark. I was finding it very difficult to break into the 180s. I'll get down to like 195, 193, 192, back to 195. And then I just wouldn't move past this like lower 190 point. But once I made the adjustments for my daily calories, then I actually broke past and got to like that, high 180s, mid 180s. I had to make those adjustments though. So again, method number one is that as you start to progress and start to lose weight, your daily calories are going to look different. If you guys have my fitness pal will show you once you start to adjust your weight and your goals and stuff like that, it'll start to show you like how the calories drop on there. And that's the same thing that you have to do, whether you use my fitness pal to track your food or not, but you have to make adjustments as you lose weight. Method number two, to kind of compensate as well too, is just to walk more, get more steps in. I prefer, like, if you guys are watching me right now, like one thing that worked for me, and when I first started, I was doing sprints. So this doesn't apply to that, but like the program I posted not too long ago, I got a lot of walking in there. Again, and that's just compensate for like plateaus. You got to increase your step count. I prefer, like, if y'all going to follow this, I prefer you go to the gym to do it. Reason being is that in the gym, you're around people who are already working out. You're around people who are already doing the thing anyways. So it acts as like more of a motivator, because a lot of us ain't gonna go to the gym and get distracted. At least I don't think you should be in the gym distracted. Like, you're around people who are exercising, so that's gonna like motivate you to do whatever. I'm not a big fan of just like going for a walk outside. One, I can't track it. I can't adjust the incline. You get what I'm saying? I can't track the time. I can't track the miles, and I just don't know how many calories. I guess you can track it on the watch, but again, I just prefer the gym. I can adjust the incline on the treadmill. So y'all already know, like, if y'all have seen any of my other videos, it's your first time here. What's the golden thing for me is 10 incline and 3.1 miles per hour. You burn 10 calories every minute you're walking on the treadmill. So that's like, 40 minutes, 400 calories, 30 minutes, 300 calories. You guys can pretty much do the math there. But that's method number two, is to increase steps or increase the incline while walking. Tip number three is a big one, because everything, when it comes down to like fat loss, it all comes down to calories and macros. I posted a workout plan. A lot of people are asking about like how many sets and reps. That stuff is important too, like for shaping the body. But if it comes down to getting the body fat off the body, right? Losing the stomach, losing the face, losing the neck, losing the, all the flab, upper chest, all that stuff. It comes down to the food we put in. So method number three is to change up the foods that we eat, is to change up our meals. So quick story for me, like when I first started my fat loss journey, the meals I was eating, I did chicken breast and brown rice, but I had a period, like, because I love burgers, right? So I was doing lean beef, and I think I was doing potatoes with it, lean beef and potatoes, lean beef and potatoes. But as I had to make adjustments to my calories, I also had to make adjustments to my food as well too. So what that looks like is that, like, for lean beef, or let's say 85-15 beef, so 85% lean, 15% fat, I probably can't consume that and still lose weight at the rate that I want to. So I had to switch it up from, let's say 85-15 ground beef and potatoes to, let's say, catfish and pinto beans, or catfish and rice, or catfish and potatoes. And then from catfish, I might switch it up and, start eating pinto beans and a protein shake or something like that. Long story short, what I'm saying is that you have to adjust your meal rotation. Whatever meals that you have or whatever that you normally like to eat, you may have to change those out or change the way the portion size on those things, to kind of adjust to manipulate the calories in your favor to get the result that you want. But it's a real thing, it's a real thing. And then, I realize there's a real term for this. It's called diet fatigue. Is that you can get tired of eating the same thing every day, right? You can get tired of like the same 3 meals, the same 4 meals all the time. Like, and that was a period I was doing sweet potatoes and chicken. Like, oh, dude, if I got to eat another chicken breast again, I'm a scream, right? Like when you start to reach that point, switch it up, right? Switch it up. And you want to still stay within the macros and calories and stuff like that, but just switch it up because you can go crazy and you don't want to end up in a situation where you're binge eating. And then that's going to ruin, you don't have to worry about having a plateau because you can gain weight. Method number 4, I talked about this in a different video as well too, but this is was another reason I was hitting the plateau. And I know it's a big reason that a lot of people I talk to that they hit plateaus is that you're not watching the hidden calories. One, either you're not tracking at all and thinking you can eyeball it and thinking you're going to be good, which like I don't recommend that because, unless you're going to be walking and burning 700 calories every day, then I would say you may or may not need to track as long as you eat clean. But most of us, that's not the case, right? So I would say track. But the number one thing that gets a lot of people is the hidden calories. So peanut butter, ranch dressing, oils, butter, like those little things that you not thinking about. Like you go to cook chicken breast, and like the restaurants are guilty for this. Is the reason why, again, if you want to lose weight for fat loss, cook food at home. You can't always go to restaurants to get like, oh, I'm gonna go to Chili's or whatever and get chicken breast from there. The reason being is because when they grease that grill, they're using a bunch of olive oil. They squirt all that olive oil over the grill and they slap that piece of chicken on there. And then they hit that with some more olive oil as well too. You don't know how much they're using. So I always recommend cook your own food at home and use cooking spray. If you don't coat the pan, use cooking spray and not a bunch of olive oil, because you drown all that food in olive oil. You adding all those calories to the chicken breast and it's defeating the purpose. And you might as well eat a burger at that point, right? So watch out for those hidden calories. Peanut butter, I was real guilty of when I come home from work. You know what I mean? I'm wondering why I can't lose weight. I'm waiting on my food to get done. I get a spoon of peanut butter, chips, snack. I still do it to this day, right? I still do it to this day. And pro tip to compensate, if you are eating a little extra, more snacks, get some more steps in to kind of compensate for them 200, 300 extra calories. Method number 5 to break through the plateau is just keep going. You have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You're having a plateau. If you're doing all these adjustments that I just talked about, just keep going. Because say if you make all these adjustments, you adjust your calories, switch out your meals and stuff like that, you're like, I'm still not seeing a result. It may be a delayed result. You're losing body fat, but just not in the areas that you like want to. You're looking at your stomach like it's not going down. And what you don't know is that it is going down. It's just, it may not be noticeable to you yet. It may be internal fat that you're losing, fat off your, your calves, your legs. You know what I mean? It's in areas that you're just not thinking about when you're losing body fat. But collectively over time, you're going to look up and be like, oh, hold on, I got abs showing, So just keep going, because if you stop here, you hit a plateau and you stop, it's going to be even worse, because once you start to gain that 25 pounds back, then you have another battle to climb. Then you're going to turn into a person. They're going to be like, what happened to you on your fat loss journey? You have to tell them, oh, well, I was doing it. And this is like if you're already making progress, or if you're not making progress, do these adjustments and then continue on. When I say continue on, keep going, I'm not talking about keep going 2-3 weeks. Like give it another 6 months. That's my timeline. Give it another 6 months. Like this is your lifestyle now, because once you keep going, this is really going to determine too, if you're at a plateau, this is what's going to determine if you really want this or not. If you really want to go after the physique that you want or not. You know what I mean? If you're comfortable being at the weight that you are, then cool, man. Then okay, then don't employ none of this stuff. But if you want to like really get to the point where you're happy with and you feel like you accomplish the weight loss physique, employ these tactics, and then also just keep going with them. Like don't stop. Like keep going with them. But we have to have the willingness to get to the place to be able to be the person that can do these things. Right? Like I had to become the person. I wasn't always like this. I'm sitting here giving these tips and stuff now. Clearly, I wasn't always like this, but I had to be consistent enough and endure to the point where I can get the result, and I can tell you with all confidence that this stuff works, because all the stuff I used before. Right? When I was at 190, I employed all these tactics, and they work. I employ these tactics right now, right? You're still gonna have your days, you're gonna have setbacks and things like that, but again, all these tactics are gonna work. So I hope this video helps. I saw a lot of comments, people talking about they're in plateaus and stuff like that. Guys, again, these are the things that I use. It comes down to switching out the meals, adjusting the calories for your new weight. So if you go from 200 and you're, so you go from 250 and you're 230 or you're 220, you need to adjust the calories again, right? Go back to the drawing board, adjust your calories. Something may need to change. For me, I hit my wall at 190. I had to adjust my calories, change out my meals. You know what I mean? Get some more activity in, whatever you need to do. But it comes down to those three things. Your body's not like, oh, my body's just different. No, it comes down to calories, macros, and activities. Anybody tell you anything else, they're lying to you and they're trying to get some money. That whole body type, my body type needs like, stop. Like calories, macros, and activities. It's the way God designed the human body, bro. Like that, you can't circumvent it. The good thing about it, since you can't circumvent it, use it to our benefit, manipulate these things, and then we can get the result we want. Guys, hopefully this helps. Again, I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. I appreciate the support and stay tuned for the next video.